to yet another episode of Sit and Spin with me, your host Joe, as we bring you part 2 of the 1992 vinyl reissue review. Today we're going to be talking about the UK band Catherine Wheel and their debut album Ferment, recently reissued just this past week by Dutch reissue label Music on Vinyl, which we'll tell you a little bit more about them later. First, a little history on the band. The alt-rock band were formed in Great Yarmouth, England in 1990 by singer-guitarist Rob Dickinson, guitarist Brian Futter, bassist Dave Hawes, and drummer Neil Sims. They took their name from the firework of the same name, which itself was taken from the medieval torture device. And that also brings up another interesting bit of trivia, connection-wise, as there's another famous UK band named after a torture device, that being Iron Maiden, and their lead singer, Bruce Dickinson, just happens to be cousins with Rob Dickinson of Catherine Wheel. The band initially released a series of EPs on indie label Wild Club before signing with Fontana Records after being also courted by both Creation Records and Brian Eno's Oakville Records. They released their debut album, Ferment, in 1992, produced by Tim Freeze Green, some of which included re-recorded versions of the better tracks off the indie EPs, but much of the band's early sound got them included as part of the shoegaze scene happening at the time, exemplified by their use of guitar feedback and effects pedals, washes of noise, and sometimes droning vocals. You can definitely hear this on some of the album's tracks, including the standout track Black Metallic, my absolute favorite song off the album, probably my favorite Catherine Wheel song. It was also one of the album's singles, as well as the title track. Actually, not the title track, but the song Texture, Indigo is Blue, and To a Degree, the track you're hearing right now, which was the record's first single, I Wanna Touch You. And what you also hear on this song is that the band had more of a song-oriented style, as well as more tricks up their sleeve than many of their peers in the shoegaze scene. Some songs on the album, like Shallow, Salt, and Balloon, could also fit with what was going on stylistically with the Manchester scene, in that they're catchier choruses and a little bit more danceable rhythms. And there were also more experimental tracks, like the title track Ferment, that's what I meant to say there, which mixed a variety of styles and had started off almost like a quiet, haunting ballad, and then comes with some washes of guitar distortion. Now, this all started the band off on a pretty solid career of albums throughout the 90s, including 1993's Chrome, which is also supposedly on its way from Music on Vinyl later this year. Happy Days in 1995 and Adam and Eve in 1997, as well as on Odds and Sawdust albums called Like Cats and Dogs in 96, and the band finally called it a day about a year after their final album Wishville in 2000. I'm also hoping that more of their records end up getting released on vinyl by Music on Vinyl, because most of the ones that actually did get pressed on vinyl was only in the UK, never released here, so I'm psyched to have this now. Since then, though, after the band split up, Rob Dickinson released one great solo album though, in 2005 called Fresh Wine for the Horses. It got a reissue about a year or two later with a slightly different cover, a bit of a different running order and remixes on some of the tunes, and a bonus EP of acoustic numbers, some of them Catherine Wheel songs. Futter and Sims have an ongoing project called 50 Foot Monster, and Ellis was in a band called Seraphim, and most recently was playing with Iggy Pop. But other than that, it's been relatively quiet, nothing really much happening from Catherine Wheel. But really psyched to have these reissues, or this reissue at least, coming out from Music on Vinyl. What's really cool is the album has a really textured cover, and as is mostly the case with Music on Vinyl records, the first 1,500 copies are also on this nice, it's kind of hard to see in the light, but it's a gold mixed with orange vinyl. I got number 001111, or 1111 out of the 1,500 initial vinyl, and once that runs out, the colored vinyl version is all gone. They will most likely just release standard black after that, so they usually practice. There's also a nice little insert into the record, and just really cool to have yet another great record from the 90s come out. This record, I was introduced to this by my PGD label rep at the time, Dee Dee Kearney, great lady. She's still doing the music world as we speak. She works for Capitol Records now. But back then, she was working for Polygram, which was the label that Fontana was on. And she used to send me records and basically send me like little cards that I would have to fill out with my opinions on the album. So like kind of like a little mini record review. And then she would share those in the company's newsletters, like this is what people are saying about these things. And the day I put this record on, I was not having a good day. I was in a bad mood. And I put it on, and first couple songs go by and I like it, I Want to Touch You comes on, but then this song, Black Metallic, comes on, and suddenly my world was right again, and that's probably why that track has such an important meaning to me now. But if you have never picked up anything by Catherine Wheel, start with the debut album. It's a great place to start. Pick up their other stuff too. It's out now, and that is our show for this week. Thanks for tuning in. Hopefully you caught part 1 on Buffalo Tom. Another great album celebrating its 25th anniversary this year. And both great records. Go out and pick them up. See you next time on Sit and Spin, where we'll have something else new for you. Possibly another reissue. We're just inundated with reissues right now, but there's so many great ones. Can't help it. Catch you then. See you later.